has to fight to the death to live with my egg. Exactly.
No,
I am the holder of that egg.
You don't get what I'm saying.
I do. I'm a woman. You're a man. Before your balls drop, women are already having ovulation, and we're already pushing out eggs that we are pushing out before you.
We get that.
So
the semen determines the sex of the baby.
But so does the egg that we're
The egg don't determine the sex of the baby. That's a lie. Stop it. Any kids?
No.
No kids.
I don't plan on having any kids.
Ever.
Unless somebody really sweeps me off my feet. But no, I like to make money and work and maintain myself and my environment. So I want to be a strong, independent woman. I feel like not all women need to have children. You know, you could be a woman and you could provide and you could take care of yourself. You don't need to have children all the time.
Yeah, you think so?
I definitely believe so, yes.
What purpose would you really get out of life without having any kids?
Statistically, most women that are not, you know, married or in that type of position are the most wealthiest and mentally secured. And I want to be on that level.
Where'd you get the statistic of mentally secured?
Listen, Google is free, y'all. You know, if y'all want to read books or Google anything else, or even take time to meditate and just ask yourself what you want, you could always ask yourself what you want. You don't need to be under society or what your generation last was doing. You could do whatever the fuck you want, okay? If you want to have kids, not have kids, be married, not be married, do what you want. It's your life.
Yeah. So, I feel you. So you said that, you know, you really don't plan on having kids currently right now. Like you don't have a mindset for it. I asked you, what purpose do you get out of life besides kids? And then you said a statistic is that most women without kids do financially better. And then also they have, they're more mentally stable. Is that what you said?
Yeah. If I want to do better in my life, I would like to be mentally stable and be secure.
So did that statistic, like for when you seen that statistic, were you like, oh, okay, well, you know, I don't really have to have a kid because then I'll be better mentally stable? Or even without seeing that statistic, which I think is false, without even seeing that statistic, did you already have that mindset? Like, you know what? My purpose, I'll still be fine. I'll still be mentally secure. I'll still have a better opportunity of having more finances and being more financially secure as well. Did you already have that mindset without seeing a statistic, or did the statistic influence you to be like, you know what? Yeah.
I would say that a little bit of both. From my own experiences of being in relationships that I see that they're mentally draining me, and I see that they are, you know, bringing financially things down, or, you know, same thing for men. A lot of men don't really want to be in a relationship all the time because they have to financially take care of a woman. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. If that feels like, if you as a man feel like that's mentally, you know, affecting you, then you don't need to do that. And I feel like women do the same thing, because if you really are a woman that is independent and you want to provide for your man and do these things, and he's not doing that, or if nobody's doing the 100, 50 or whatever, it takes a toll on your mental. So when I overlook that and I see that that's happening, I'm like, damn, I could relate to that. So I'm not following it like it's some type of path, but I could definitely relate to, okay, I feel from the past of those type of mental problems or those things. So
you're saying that your past situations constructed your thinking now into like, all right, you've been in relationships with guys, they've been maybe playing games, they hurt you, stuff like that.
Definitely.
And now you're just like, why be in a relationship and have kids with a dude where then there's all these problems?
Honestly, yeah, because I mean, I could make money and do all these things, you know, myself. It's nice to have these people. It's nice to have company, but like I say, I just feel like it's a lot of things that line up with social media and, you know, these things. It's okay, like I said, to take care of yourself and do these things. You don't need to be in a relationship to, you know, support each other all the time. You're supposed to support each other together, not one person's always doing one thing and one person's doing that thing. You know what I'm saying? So that does messes up your mental. It
messes up your mental. And so my argument for that is, did you ever think about put it like this, right? So is your mom and dad together or no?
No, they are not.
They are not together. Okay, so you didn't really see that nuclear family growing up and the love of a mother and the love of a father, them loving on one another together. You didn't have a chance to see that. Well, that makes sense. So that part, that didn't influence you to be like, okay, I want to find a man and then, you know, have kids.
May I say, I just feel like,
yeah, go ahead.
I feel like even if you do have that in your life and your family, that shouldn't still stop you from being an independent person. If you're a man or woman and your mother and father make money together, you can still not have that path or have that path. I don't think that has to do anything. Who you are and what you make and what you do is what does that.
I get that. I'm just saying that, well, my question is, because I wanted to know where your mindset is. My question was, what purpose do you get out of life as a woman without having kids? And you said, you didn't really tell me anything. You just said that, well, I could still be happy and I could still, I'll probably have a higher probability of being more financially secure.
Well, I mean, if you really want to know the statistics, I mean, not the statistics, but my opinion. Okay, fine, my opinion. This is my opinion. I'm not sticking up for every woman in the world, but I feel like it is very different when it comes to men and women of having kids. Men want men want kids because they want to have a legacy, but women have kids because they actually want to have children to give their life. Like, once you have a kid, you're giving your body, your soul, your everything. As a man, you're not really doing that. You're just leading that kid. You're giving that kid that type of influence, or you're doing something like that. But as a woman, you are giving everything, and then you're teaching them from pedophiles, from schools, from work, from everything. And as a man, you protect and provide. A woman, it's different.
Did you ever you watch like cartoons at all? No?
Yeah, growing up, as a kid, yeah.
What was your so if you had one superpower, what would you want it to be?
Ooh, that was always been such a hard question.
And then I'll go to you too, because I want to know before I even get to your introduction.
Please. I want to hear her too. I don't know. I would literally be like all of it. Like, I want to be like Flash, invisible, everything. Like, if I had a superpower, I want to be powerful.
Let's just choose one superpower.
Oh my God, I don't know. I guess to teleport. I'd say to teleport.
Teleport.
I think it'd be cool.
What about yours?
Fly.
All right.
Yeah.
So all of the teleportation and flying, that's never going to happen. You know the greatest superpower? Guess what the greatest superpower that you actually have? No, it's to make a copy of yourself. You're literally copy machines. You can make a copy of yourself. You can give birth to a kid. So the purpose of life is to procreate. That's why God put us on this planet. So that gives you purpose, and that's your greatest superpower. Right. So you not having kids is literally, you said you want to teleport. That's like literally having the ability to teleport and saying, you know what? I'm never going to teleport. You know what? I'm never going to fly. So you have a power, and you can literally have a kid. You can make a copy of yourself, and then you can instill all of the things that you've learned from the world into your kid. You can watch them grow. You can train them, as a mother said, because like you said the mother is always there doing the home-to-home things. The father, he's out there, making the money and doing things, but still instilling traits into the kid as well. Yes. But that is the greatest superpower. That is going to be the greatest responsibility that you'll ever have, and the greatest love that you'll ever feel. You won't feel another love better than the love that you feel for your kid. Right. Like, when you get with a man, that love is conditional. When a man gets with you, his love is conditional. When you have a kid, that's the closest thing to unconditional love that you'll ever feel. So remember when you said that, people that have kids, people that don't have kids, they have more peace of mind. You gave a statistic. That statistic is a lie. People that don't have kids, those women end up on anxiety, antidepressant medications, and they're depressed. Oh. They're living a very bad mental life. Okay. Because they don't have that greatest love that they can feel, which is the closest to having a kid. It's the closest to unconditional love, which is you get that by having a kid. I got two of them little niggas, and life is good. But anyways, fair enough. Let's get on to you. Name, age, and where you from.
A few moments later.
Women create and men destroy.
Okay.
We could do both, but
so
yes.
Everything that you're seeing, touching, and hearing from, besides my voice, when you put on microphones, when you're in a car, listen to headphones, all was created by men. Men actually create. Men create everything that you're saying. 99% of inventors has been men. Of course, women created some things too, but as far as creation, men create. Men have a natural proclivity to create. That's a tendency. We want to go out there and create because men have a natural propensity, or propensities mean that's in our nature, to compete, right? So we have a natural propensity to compete with other men, which means that we have a natural proclivity, a tendency to keep on creating things. So men actually create. That's what I'll say. As far as who destroys, human beings are in a fallen state. So, I mean, we're all within sin. So all human beings destroy in some sense, right? But as far as creation, men are the creators. And not only that, even if we're talking about kids, your womb is lifeless. You have zero life in there. You got no life.
That's not true at all.
I'm literally, well, let me finish. You have zero life in there. You have there's nothing moving in there. It's just you. Men, the life comes from us. We have the seed.
That's not true at all.
Your egg is dead. Your egg isn't alive at all.
That's not true at all.
Explain how your egg is alive.
Your eggs are alive. I'm currently on my period right now, and that's what your eggs are doing.
No,
your eggs are currently making way so that your womb can hold the baby. First of all,
I'm not
women are
speaking
the
about
creators.
that. So you have lungs, you have a liver, you have organisms in your body that does a purpose for your body. That's your egg. So when you go through your menstrual cycle, your egg is doing the normal around the clock stuff that your body normally does. I'm not speaking about that. My body does my normal stuff that my body does, but then my nutsack is holding 80 million life forms in there that's swimming around, that's doing their own thing, that literally has to swim. And it's the best. May the best man win. It's 80 million of them niggas in. Look, if a nigga busting you, it's 80 million of them little niggas trying to get into one egg. Your egg is standing there. Your egg ain't doing nothing. So they fighting. I'ma make it. I'ma make it. I'ma make it. So we literally have the life in us. We plant the seed and y'all just grow it. Y'all the incubator.
The egg, that's false still. Yes,
How
we
is it
have
false?
multiple eggs. That's what the ovary is. The ovary is holding multiple eggs. And again,
Yeah.
like I said, your period, when we have our period, what we're doing is we're actually flushing out those eggs. Flushing out the...
I just explained that's the normal cycle.
Right, but that
your
has
body
nothing
goes
to do.
through.
That has
That's
nothing to do with my lungs and my intestines. That's my womb.
No. I'm saying
that's my uterus.
that's the normal body. That's the normal bodily function that your body goes through. It's a normal cycle that your body goes through. Just like your heart beats X amount of beats per minute, and you go through your menstrual cycle one time per month. It's a cycle. I'm not talking about the bodily functions that your body does. I'm talking about actual life force. Men, we have sperm. Sperm ain't on no cycle. Them little niggas are basically is living forms in us. And then we put it in y'all, and y'all create something out of it. Y'all create an entire organism, then it grows in its fetus, and then it grows into a baby and everything else. So I'm giving y'all props on saying that y'all actually take it a step further. We plant the seed and y'all make it grow. That's all I'm saying.
Again.
But as far as the creation, it comes from the man. It doesn't come from the woman.
That's not true. And again, I'm sorry, we are creators of life. Also, we are internal or external. So what you do is you have a fallen out vagina. That's number one. So your ball sack is your ovaries, and you do have the same exact eggs as a woman, but instead they're floating around and they're fucking waiting to go and get inside of a woman. As first of all, what a lot of men don't know and understand, that when you, like, let's say that we're having sex, right, and we get wet. First of all, that is so that your egg can immediately go straight up there. So for you to think that you are the creator of life, it's false.
Let me ask
the
you a
entire
question.
body of a woman is the creator of life. I'm sorry.
That's false.
The titties, the ass, everything. We create life.
No, let me ask you a question. I wish we could actually test it right now too.
Me too.
If we had a microscope, right? We had a microscope, and if you look through the microscope at semen, you would see living life forms moving all around. You would see 80 million of them, right? If I bust a nut, we put it in a microscope, you would see them little niggas moving. So we know that, these things, they're living things moving.
So you
now,
think
if we
just
take your egg,
multiple...
time out. If we take your egg and we try to see if things is going to be moving, it's going to be nothing. It's dead. Because it's
making way for one egg, because we are the creators of life.
No,
that's the whole point of the cycle. We're killing all the other eggs for one egg to live.
You don't get what I'm saying.
Your egg has to fight to the death to live with my egg. Exactly.
No,
I am the holder of that egg.
You don't get what I'm saying.
I do. I'm a woman. You're a man.
I'm saying that you don't have a living life form in you, and we
Because
do.
I am the living life form. My
No,
body
I'm
is the
saying that
living life
we
form. I
put
push
the
it out my
living
vagina.
life
We are
form in
it.
you.
But we are it, period. That's what you're not understanding.
Okay.
The temple of the body. That's why,
It
you ever
isn't.
heard
You're
that the
moving
woman's
the
body is a
argument.
temple? That's why it's so important. Because the entire body is what's is pushing out a child.
Yeah.
Just
So
because
we're
you're
not gonna get
holding
anywhere on
multiple,
this.
just
I
because
got
you're holding
another
multiple
thing.
seeds doesn't mean anything. Your multiple seeds, only one is surviving out of 8 million seeds. So only one is surviving. Doesn't mean anything.
No, if we don't let them niggas out,
Doesn't
they
mean
are going to
anything.
survive.
No,
So
they're
listen,
not.
quick thing for you. Well, we continuously always make new ones all the time, but
This is
we
why
ain't going to
sex
get
ed
anywhere
needs
on
to be
this.
so important
So I
in
got you, right?
US
Because you said a
education.
few things when you said that whole statement. So you said that, all right, you said that men are the destroyers, women are the creators.
We're both.
Wait,
I
before we
refute that.
backtrack to that, 1 second.
Okay, what you got?
When a woman is born,
Yeah.
she already had eggs in her. So, as a baby, I had all of my eggs
And
I
her
was
grandmother.
ever gonna have.
And she's holding her grandmother.
who predicts who's gonna be a man or a woman? Does it come
Your
from
DNA.
No, it's time out. Let's because y'all still want to go with this argument. I'm telling you, you're not gonna win. So
Not
real
arguing.
quick,
Whether it's male or female,
no,
I'm
listen,
just
listen,
saying.
listen.
When a
Who-
woman is born,
No, let's just real
she
quick. Let's
has
back it
her
up.
eggs all in her.
I get that. When a woman is born, she
You
got her
have to
eggs
go
in
through
her.
puberty for your sperm to mature enough to have a child.
I
Right?
got you.
Yeah.
When you got it, you got the eggs already in you. My question is, let's take it a step back, right? Men are the ones that determine the gender, the sex of the baby,
How?
not the woman.
How?
It's from the man. So it's the semen that makes it to the egg that determines if it's going to be a boy or a girl. So men determine if you are going to have eggs, and men determine if another boy is going to have a nutsack. So it still comes from the man. You thought that a woman what determines if it's going to be a male
it's
or
half.
female?
It's man and woman from your dominant gene because
not
you're a
about the
man.
sex,
That's
No,
not
I'm
true.
talking about.
Life
No,
form.
stop it. Listen, baby girls.
Let her talk. She's a mom. Let her talk. She's a mother.
I
Let her
got you.
talk.
Listen, I got you. Pay attention real quick. It's very simple. We have the semen, right? And in my nutsack right now, I'm carrying a XX chromosomes and I'm carrying XY chromosomes. So I'm carrying a man and I'm carrying a woman,
So are
right? No, you're not. You're not carrying a man and a woman. That's incorrect. That isn't true.
How? We're half woman
It
and
isn't
man.
true. It just isn't true. Trust me, it isn't.
What?
It isn't true. You're not carrying it.
But
So
it's
listen-
not about
let
the
me finish.
gender.
No, let me
It's about
finish.
the life.
I got you. Let me finish, right? The man determines the sex of the baby, not the woman determines the sex of the baby. So based off the semen that makes it to the egg, that determines the sex of the baby. So therefore, it refutes your point of when you just said that, well, when we're born with our eggs. Your semen has to still develop into actually being semen. Totally fine, but the man still determined your eggs because the man's sperm came, the man is what made you a woman.
From another woman. You came out of a woman. What do you mean? You literally came
The
out of a
woman
woman.
came from a man.
You were already in,
Oh,
just like she
man.
said. So you were already in your
No.
grandmother's ovaries before
Well,
your
y'all
mother gave
debate
birth to you. That makes
who's
no
a
sense.
destroyer,
No,
who's
no,
a
no,
creator.
no. Stop
it's
it, stop
not
it,
really
stop it.
about the life.
I was already in my father before I even went
And
to my
so
mother.
was, and exactly, that's exactly what she's
That's what
saying.
I'm
So are we.
saying.
We already were holding you. Your balls had to drop for you to become a man.
What are you
we
talking
were already
about?
holding you at 12 years old. Like, what are you talking
That's
about?
a step ahead. Let's go a step
No,
back.
that's the reality
no,
of it.
Let's go a step back, right? It's very simple.
No, because you want to
You
argue
talking
about it.
No,
That's
you're
the
talking
reality.
About, no, listen, baby girl, listen. You're talking about a woman being pregnant, right?
No, I'm talking about the woman having ovaries and holding eggs. You want to talk about
Okay.
eggs? You already have
Got
them at
it.
12 years old
Got you.
before
So
men
you're
hit
saying
puberty.
that-
Before your balls drop, women are already having ovulation, and we're already pushing out eggs that we are pushing
we
out
get that.
before
we get that.
you.
We get that.
So how?
You got eggs. We understand that. How can't you understand this very simple thing is what I'm saying? Even though you have eggs in you, that's totally fine. I'm going a step back further. I'm going back a step and saying the semen determines the sex of the baby.
But so does the egg that we're
The egg don't determine the sex of the baby. That's a lie. Stop it. It is a lie. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to the world. Just Google it afterwards. It's a lie. The eggs don't determine no sex of the baby.
Okay.
It's a lie.
Okay, pause. How can I? How
So
can
look,
I name?
you
How
take
can I
the
put that in
L.
Google?
Take the L.
How
Go
can-
ahead.
Word it for me. Just word it for me. Just word it for me.
You could put it in Google
I
however
already
you
know
like.
this knowledge that yes, the sperm does determine
Yeah,
the
she
sex.
even telling you. She's
But
29.
what I'm trying to say is that
Yeah.
you guys the basis of you guys' argument was that men are the destroyers, and you said no, men are the creators. It takes a woman and a man to create. I do agree, it's a team effort, but not men alone are the creators.
I'm saying this, right? So, and
Even though the men determined the gender of the egg,
Yeah, we
the
determined the
woman
gender of the
had
baby.
the egg within them from birth,
But guess
within
what?
their mother.
Here's
from
another
birth.
argument that you can't refute. The scientists already did it as well. They already created the womb. They can't create the life form that's in the nutsack. So even we don't even need women right now. We could just have men, and then still they've been working on it. They've actually been working on it. And when I seen it, it pissed me off. I'm like, God dang! Now the freaking the LGBTQ people may have some leverage over here. If we, you know what I mean? The argument I use: you put them all on one island, you put us all on another island. Them niggas gonna die in 100 years. We gonna survive. But science would have to still take them there. But it's already working on it. So pretty much I'm saying this. Without y'all, we could still science now, we could still have a kid without y'all womb because they made fake wombs now. So we don't even need your eggs. We don't need anything from you. But guess what? You can't create a baby without us. Do you get what I'm saying? So we are the actual creators. And not only that, if you take it a step even further, because that's why I asked you, are you religious? I mean, women came from a man. He came from a man's rib. It's in all the religious texts.
False. I'm sorry, I don't believe
if
in
you really
that.
think about it, I mean, you don't got to believe in it, but
I don't.
But you got to think about it. Even thousands of years ago, people that got more knowledge than all of us even confirmed it. Like, yeah, y'all niggas came from men. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.